Welcome to Greg Mortis's Little World of Horror. You know what time it is. It is Slash from the Stash. This is my weekly video movie review where every week I take a look at a movie. It might be a new release, an old release, but it will be a movie each and every week that I'll do a mini review, give you my rating. I give a thumbs up for a purchase, side thumb will be for a rental, and a down thumb for a void. And I'm very excited about this week's review. I just picked this movie up. I know there's already been reviews out for it and everything, but I want to give my 2 cents on it. So with that, it's Sunday, August the 10th. Very excited. The movie I want to look at this week is none other than Scream Factory's release of Phantom of the Paradise. Man, I thought I had seen this movie, and it's possible that I may have years ago. I don't know. There's the back view of it, and I don't remember. Once I watched it, it did not ring a bell to me, so I was very excited when I picked it up. Had high expectations for it, and I'll let you know what I thought about it. It does have the slipcase like most of Scream Factory's releases. I've already changed the cover here for the Blu-ray. This is the original cover art, and I really like that one as well. So with all Scream Factory's releases, they give you the two-sided slip covers, and there's the newly artwork and that, but I did like the original, so I went ahead and flipped it on my case. Once again, original cover art, and then just the back of it. And you get the 2-disc set here, the Blu-ray and the DVD. Really cool, man. I really like this set. I don't know, they do have the little snap side thing. Don't know that I'm a fan of that or not, but it's no big issue. But I love Scream Factory. I think they do a tremendous job. Once again, the cover art there for the newly released. And really creepy and everything, man, as it clears up there a little bit. He sold his soul for rock and roll. So let's get into the review of this. As far as Scream Factory release, this one is one of my favorites to date now, man. I've got to tell you, after I watched it, the transfer is gorgeous. The sound is amazing. And the bonus features, I was able to watch 2 of the interviews, and they're really long and really well done. One from the director of Phantom of the Paradise, which is Brian De Palma, and also one from the music composer and star of Phantom of the Paradise, Paul Williams. Both interviews are excellent. I've got to say, I really enjoyed Brian De Palma's interview a lot more than I did Paul Williams, just for the fact that, you know, hearing it from the director and someone that I've respected for a long time, and hearing all the troubles that this film had, some of the lawsuits and some of the obstacles it took to take this film and make it. So for me, excellent bonus features. I've not gone through every one of them. Disc 1 has the Blu-ray, the high definition transfer. It's got the new audio commentary with Jessica Harper, Garrett Graham, Archie Hahn, Peter Elbing, and Jeffrey Commoner. It's also got the newer interviews, which I've seen. Now on the second disc, which is the DVD, you got new interviews with producer Edward Pressman and drummer Gary Malaber. Paradise Regained, which is a documentary on the making of the film. Interview with Paul Williams, moderated by Guillermo del Toro. Never can say that dude's name right. Also interview with costume designer Rosanna Norton. Alternate takes, swan song outtake footage, original theatrical trailer, TV, radio spots, and still gallery. So like all of Scream Factory's releases, chocked full of bonus features. So to get into this movie, if you know anything about Rocky Horror Picture Show, similar but not as far as this one. I know this film is not for everybody. If you like musicals, if you like horror musicals like Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think you will absolutely love it. If you are not a fan of like musicals and whatnot, you're going to probably hate this movie. But to get into it, Phantom of the Paradise. You got the star of this film, who is played by William Finley. He plays the character of Winslow Leach. Now Winslow Leach is a composer. He has wrote this whole symphony, basically, this whole cantata of music, and he's playing it at this show that they're putting on at Swan Song. Swan, who's played by Paul Williams, is this record tycoon, and he's like the most famous record tycoon in this movie. So what happens is there's this band that plays called the Juicy Fruits. After they get through playing, they're sort of setting the stage up, or maybe they're taking it down, not for sure, but anyway, Winslow, once again played by William Finley, he goes out and he starts playing one of his songs, and Swan hears it, and he wants this song. He don't want Winslow, but he wants that song. He wants to make it a hit. So basically he steals the music. Alright, time goes by a little bit later, and Winslow realizes that, his music, what they done was they took his music, said that they would get back with him and let him know what they thought about it. Well, they ended up not getting back with him. He stole the music and had other bands playing it. Once Winslow finds this out, he goes ballistic, and Swan basically has Winslow beaten, teeth pulled, and he ends up with silver teeth in his mouth, and it's just wild. He gets his face pressed inside this record press where they would press records, and his face, so he's mutilated. His voice is gone. He has nothing now except for his music that Swan has stole from him. Alright, so that's kind of the premise of Phantom of the Paradise. Now you're introduced to a character of Jessica Harper, who she plays the character of Phoenix. And Winslow, as soon as he hears the voice of Phoenix, he's like, my music can only be sung by her. And it's kind of Phantom of the Opera. This is like a take, for me, of Phantom Opera. Now, Brian De Palma says it wasn't in one of his interviews, but I'm saying this is a lot like Phantom of the Opera if you look at it from start to finish with what's took place. But still enjoyed the hell out of this movie. But anyways, he ends up fighting Swan. Swan and him are in battle, and that's what the story takes place. Now the music, if you can look at the back of this once again, this image right here, you'll see this guy with the helmet on. Now that's Winslow Leach. That's what he ended up looking like after, everything's said and done, and there's the colored version of it, the cartoon version. And like I said, he can't talk. He only can make like word, mumblings and everything. Well, Swan ends up kind of making a deal with him. So basically Winslow kind of sells his soul to the devil, so to speak. And Swan's able to take and make a vocal box that goes on his chest, onto Winslow's chest, and he can kind of talk, but it's more of a gravel, like kind of deal. It's about the best way I can do it. And so that's the whole story plot. Okay, I know that sounds weird and stupid and confusing, but the movie is really amazing. It is beautifully shot. The direction, Brian De Palma done a tremendous job on the filming of this. Brian De Palma you'll know from such films as Carrie, The Untouchables. Also, I was looking at his list of other movies. Of course, Body Double, an amazing film, and Wise Guys, and Scarface, Dressed to Kill. I mean, his list went on, especially in the 70s and 80s, man. What a tremendous director. And this one right here is definitely one of my shining moments for Brian De Palma. Love this film. I can watch this movie, right now again. It's that good. Now, for me, Rocky Horror Picture Show, as far as musicals go, is like my favorite. But I'm going to tell you what, this one right here, Phantom of the Paradise, is going to be a close second run. And the only reason I'm not saying it's better is because, to my knowledge, I've only seen this the one time. Now, over a period of time, as I watch this more and more, this one may end up being, for me, better than Rocky Horror Picture Show. Don't butcher me, but I'm telling you, this is a tremendous film with a great score, man. I'm telling you, the soundtrack is amazing. Paul Williams, man, and his writing ability and the vocals is amazing. Jessica Harper with her voice, love her, man. she was this is her first starring role, and then she went on to be in Dario Argento's film Suspiria, which is an amazing film as well. But Jessica Harper, man, just when she's on screen and she opens that voice up and she starts singing, it is so beautiful, like an angel singing, and I loved it. But the sets of this is amazing as well. The way they lit the rooms, the way that the rooms were kind of, it's definitely a 70s film, and a lot of the vibe of it is 70s, but it still looks almost, could technically somewhat be modern for me. So it's not one of them really outdated films. I liked that about it. Another thing I really liked about this film was a lot of the time when it was, I'm watching the film, it brought to me, and no comparison, but I thought Clockwork Orange. It kind of had that feel of Clockwork Orange, which is one of my favorite films. I love it so much. That stars Malcolm McDowell. And this one kind of had that feel from time to time, that craziness of a Clockwork Orange film. This one had that feel. So I think if you like Clockwork Orange, you'll like this one as well. But just a great film, well scripted, beautifully shot. Action sequences are really good. And I really, deep down, think that Marilyn Manson took a lot of his look, especially, when Marilyn in the 2000s and, when he started out, I really think he took his look from Phantom of the Paradise. I think Winslow Leach was Marilyn Manson, man. I'm telling you, with the teeth, the vocals, the whole 9 yards. I would really love to see and hear if Marilyn Manson did take a little bit of influence from this film, because it just really feels that way. But like I said, the score is amazing, the film's amazing. Scream Factory knocked this one out of the park, and I just, man, if they're watching or anybody involved with Scream Factory, if you're listening, thank you so much for putting this film out. That's what I love, that Scream Factory are releasing these films like Motel Hell that comes out this week, and Without Warning, all these films, Deadly Eyes, stuff that I grew up with, and I'm able to finally see it on Blu-ray, but not a shitty Blu-ray. I'm talking a great Blu-ray. They always go out of their way to get the best of the interviews, the best of the transfers. They do a tremendous job, and this one, without a doubt, one of my favorite in my Scream Factory releases that I own right now. And I will do a video real soon, and I'll show you which Blu-rays I do own of Scream Factory. Probably 15 or so. I don't remember right off the top of my head. But I will do a video of that maybe in the next week or two and show you what Scream Factory titles I have. But this one right here is definitely on the top of my list, man. I just absolutely loved it. So glad I picked it up. And there's the spine. I know you can't really see it, but just got the spine there, and that's the same thing on the other. Once again, Phantom of the Paradise. Awesome film. This is definitely, for me, a double thumbs up for a purchase, man. You've got to own this film if you love horror musicals. If you don't, I say watch it anyways and take your own take from it. But if you are a fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show, if you're a fan of Repo the Genetic Opera, Sweeney Todd, those style films, I think you'll really definitely enjoy this one. So for me, double thumbs up. Definitely own. Definitely get your hands on it, man. I know the prices are $22, $24 and whatnot, but for me it's well worth it, man, when you get a Scream Factory release, because you are getting the best quality that you could possibly get today. And they seem to not ever really skip corners. If I have any negativity towards some of Scream Factory's releases, or the availability of some of their slipcover cases. Seems like sometimes maybe some of the titles don't actually ever come with a slipcover case. I'm not for sure on that. I know my Swamp Thing that I own doesn't have one, and a few others. But I mean, that's a nitpick, but really I'd love to have slipcover for Swamp Thing, so somebody give me one. But Phantom of the Paradise, excellent, double thumbs up. Definitely own this film. Beautifully shot, beautifully sounded, beautifully just made, excellent release. So for that, this is my Blu-ray DVD, or not my Blu-ray DVD update, but didn't have one this week. But this is my Slash from the Stash movie review. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Phantom of the Paradise if you've already seen it. Definitely love to see your comments. Let me see what you think about Marilyn Manson. Any of you that know Marilyn Manson's music, that have seen Marilyn Manson and you've watched Phantom of the Paradise, let me know your take. Let me see if that's what you think as well. I really believe Marilyn Manson right here had a lot of influence from this movie. So with that, definitely stay tuned next week. Get paid, so there's going to be some Blu-ray DVD updates. Got some my eyes set on. One of my missions is definitely the Motel Hell Screen Factory release is one mission I'll be on. And then a bunch of others, man. I've been to Walmart this week. I've been to Best Buy. Yeah, I've actually been to Target this week as well with no money. Just sort of planning and kind of getting some feel of what I'm going to buy. So I've got my eye on a lot of features and a lot of films this week. So stay tuned this weekend. I should definitely have a pretty decent Blu-ray DVD haul. So with that, thumbs up, man. Share it. And for now, this is Greg Mortis signing out with my Slash from the Stash and my little world of horror. Until next week, peace.